All right, y'all.
Gen 4.
We got Gen 4 4Runner 2006. He got this thing for $1,600, and I've been jealous since the day he picked it up. He's got the Pro Comp wheels. This thing's bad as hell. You might be thinking, who's the badass that's driving this?
Not me.
It's your boy. So we have a head unit in here now, an aftermarket one. We're gonna change it out because it doesn't have CarPlay or Android Auto. Eonon makes a OEM replacement one. Here's your model number. I'll find a video of someone taking out the stock head unit in this car, and I'll put that in the description because we're gonna be taking out an aftermarket one. So we'll start from there. Here's the unit. So we got power and volume knob and button, and then we've got touch buttons here on this side, your reset button, and your microphone. And then on the back here we got our standard connections. So we got our 4G antennas, Bluetooth antenna, Wi-Fi antenna, GPS, radio, HDMI out. You got your main wiring harness, and then all your accessory stuff here. So we'll go over it as we plug it in, but this is what you're working with. This comes separately, but you have a reverse camera that we're going to be putting in. Here's the Eonon one. So you've got your power and RCA, and then this will come up to the front. From the rear, we'll show you how to install that. Then we get our user manual. This is the model specific one, so this tells you what all the buttons do there. There's all your wiring stuff we'll have, mounting brackets, SIM card holder, all that good stuff. Then what everything does. Typical user manual, this will tell you how to connect your phone, but really you just connect it via Bluetooth, and then that'll get you CarPlay or Android Auto. Here's all our wiring. So here's your main wiring harness. So you're gonna have your radio antenna here, so this will be your adapter from the car radio to their radio. And then this is the main harness that goes into the unit. These should be most, if not all, of your OEM plugs. This one's labeled Corolla EX, so maybe that's only for that one specifically. Otherwise, we've got a remote wire here to this to run your amplifier. That's going to be your key on and off power. Then you got your sub out, and then everything for running external microphones, external amps, stuff like that. This is going to be your reverse camera input, so that'll go on one of the accessory plugs back there. Then we've got two antennas, so this is going to be one for your Bluetooth, one for Wi-Fi, and then the other is just for 4G capability. This is going to be your GPS. Then you've got your SIM card holder if you want to run 4G on it, and then a new fuse if you ever blow it. These are going to be your adapter plates for us to run it in there, and it comes with screws too, which is cool. So it looks like this is an accessory plug just for rear audio out left and right. And then we've got our two USBs with the accessory plug as well. So, oh, and another USB with the accessory plug. So we've got a little bit of wiring here, nothing too crazy. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start taking out the unit that's in there now. You can watch the video in the description on how to get to this point here. And then now that we've got these two brackets out, we're gonna go ahead and take off the 4 screws that are there now. And then Eonon comes with these adapter plates here, so we'll put those on both sides. And then looks like we have a couple holes to determine how far in or out we go with those screws on the side. And then looks like it fits good in our stock trim here. So here's our trim piece, and there's the unit in there. So we got a perfect fit around all corners really well, so that's good to see. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and change these out, take out this stock bracket so this is out of our way, and then we'll put our adapter plates on and see how it all fits. We were able to go straight onto the bracket without this adapter piece, so we're gonna see how this lines up with our trim and see if we're close enough on everything. And if we are, then we can just go straight with these, but you can take these out from the front. We just had to remove our stuff because the way that this was installed before, these screws went in from the outside, so we had to take everything out. But you could take this out and then get the whole piece out with just that opening. But yeah, we're gonna see how that fits. We used the screws that it came with, and then I just put on all the antennas first So your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, 4G, and GPS. You got 2 holes here that line up everything. Then you got 1 hole on this side and 1 hole on that side. And then you got a little nub that comes in to center it. So if I was a betting man, I'd say we're probably good, but we'll still put it up there and test it out. So that's how far we're sticking out. All right, so there's our fitment. We're looking good so far, so that's all we need to do. And you got a perfect fitment. So once we pop it in, it'll be even more flush. And then, yeah, we're good to go. So we'll go ahead and take this off and then continue wiring everything. Within here, here's our stock plugs. So we've got these 3 plugs and then your radio antenna. So our radio antenna already has the correct adapter on it. If yours doesn't, then Eonon also has this additional plug. So if you have that plug in the car that you're doing it, because this fits quite a few Toyotas, so if your car doesn't have that, then you can use their included radio adapter. Ours already has it, so we'll plug ours directly into the unit. But otherwise, we'll have these 3 plugs, which will go into those 3 plugs, which will be on the main harness there. So Jillian's gonna plug those 3 in. There you go. There we go.
Yeah, I use this one.
Yeah, so the one that's labeled Corolla EX. If you have a Toyota Corolla EX, you can leave a comment down below and let us know. But we won't be using it, and we won't be using the radio harness either. So now we've got enough to test our main power and see if it comes on.
Not a lefty.
There we go. Android 13, come on. Only the best. Julia knows. Scares him. He has dreams about Eonon.
Android.
Well, the tune makes sense,
just
I guess.
A secondary.
Yeah. Oh. I get it.
It's a full EQ.
It is an EQ, yeah. It's like presets. So yeah, we just wanted to verify that it turned on and worked. So we just got everything wired up. So here's your main adapter coming from the car, going into our main plug on the radio. And then coming from that, we've got this amp remote start wire. This remote wire goes to a sub under the seat, and we've tested that, and that's working as well. And then for our audio out of the sub, we're gonna go our subwoofer out, and he's got 2 RCAs here that lead to the sub, so we're just gonna plug in the left one. You got your amp remote start wire. Otherwise, you've got all these, which we're not gonna use. This is your SIM card. If you want to have 4G on this, you can do that as well. We got all of our antennas. This is your reverse camera. So we've got that coming from the back, and then we'll show you the camera in the back here in a moment. But we've got our video input for it. And then off of your main harness, there's a wire called reverse trigger. And then that's where your wire that's ran along with the RCA is gonna go in to tell the head unit to switch when you go into reverse. What this trigger is a 12 volt from your reverse light, so then your car knows that it's going into reverse and it needs to turn on the camera. So that's all that's plugged in for now. We put it up, we're gonna plug in the radio into that hole because it's a little tight for us. Getting everything up in here is a little tough, as you can imagine, but it's doable. There's enough room, you just gotta shove everything up in there. So don't get too crazy with it, but 2 USB accessories. We've got both of those coming down to here. You can kind of see the plug there. And then he's got 2 plugs that are already drilled into the side here. So this is your little port, and then he's got a USB mount there. But yeah, that's the only other accessory that we've ran down.
So we have the reverse camera coming in through the back here. You do have to pull a couple extra cables for length because the stock cable that it comes with only gets you to about here, or actually I think up here, really. I think right here. Yeah, so it's up here right now. So that's as far as the stock cable gets you. So you're gonna need an extra RCA cable, and then you feed it. What you do is just take this panel off. It just pries out. Do the clips right here, one right here, one right here. Cable feeds out, rubber jacket, because then you can fit an extra cables in through here. And so then it feeds up all the way up through here, and you got 2 4 10 millimeters. You gotta take out this one, this one. So if you take that out, you'll feed it through, you'll bring it out, and then here is your reverse trigger. Yeah, 2 wire. Yeah, that runs down, and you just take this side panel off. It's just a clip. You can see we ran the ground to the screw holding the reverse light, and then the reverse trigger is back there. So, and then that runs up. And then to run that cable all the way to the head unit, you're gonna go in through here, and you can just feed down. You probably see it poking all the way up around. And then you can bring the chair down and it just goes in under here. You can pry this off, just roll it under all the way through. Pry off this guy, roll it under through here. And it's going under, and you can just go under the steering console. And then we just ran it back through.
So to take off this part, we ran the camera up through here. So you're gonna go under here, and then under here, there's this grommet. So we made a slice in that grommet, and then we're gonna run the cable through with it there. But to take that piece off, it's 10 mils. So there's one here, there's kind of access holes underneath each one to get to them. So there's one here. You gotta take off your lock. That's 2 10 mils, one on each side. Then there's one here, and then the last one is through this access hole on that area. And then you can kind of see it in the back there, but it's right there once you come up through this access hole. So that's how you take that off. Then now that we've got our reverse camera line fed through the grommet, we've got the new Eonon camera there. We've got our red and our video output. So that's gonna go into that one. And then the red is gonna go into there. So that's gonna give the camera power when we go into reverse. And then, yeah, send a reverse trigger onto the head unit and test it out. So let's go ahead and see what the camera looks like.
Reverse. There he is. There's your boy. It's actually a pretty good looking camera, not gonna lie. You can probably see leaves on that bush too.
So yeah, a very high quality camera. We'll test it out once we got our actual mounting position, but we're gonna go ahead and start putting everything back. So we just wanted to add, to put this trim piece back on, you're just gonna have this 10 mil for your handle. And then otherwise it's clips all the way around. So that's how you remove this. So then you put this trim piece back on and you're dialed. Okay, so here's the final installation. That's what you'll be looking like when you're rolling around. And we've got the subwoofer set up, everything's sounding good. Got the reverse camera set up. So now we're just gonna go ahead and go through the head unit and check out a couple of settings. Do you want to turn your lights on so we can see the colors?
Bluetooth, you want to add your phone, you just go Bluetooth. I'm already connected, but you would go to this here, you would hit search on the top right corner, and then your phone, you just go on. We labeled ours 4Runner. If you needed to change the name, you just go to the home screen button, go to your settings, connected devices, then Bluetooth, and then that's where you can change your Bluetooth name. So we'll leave it 4Runner. I'm already connected. If you want to go to your radio, you just hit radio.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, that's all one. You can save it. Probably just hold and save. Yep, there's the new one. I'm gonna mute it for now because we don't need the radio. We're gonna change this real quick because I'm gonna use Android Auto instead of Carplay. So I'm just gonna remove navigation. Just drag it to the side. Go slow. Don't be mean to it.
Oh, that's the wallpaper on your actual
phone?
phone?
That's my wallpaper on my phone.
That's kind of cool. Great.
So that's Android Auto. You can do your Google Maps, your Spotify. Here's the amplifier. So if you want to change your audio settings ever while you're in the car, you can just hit amplifier. You got your EQ if you want to change it. Volume, so like if you wanted your sub to be a little quieter than the rest of your front, rear, center. Same with the mutes down here. Oh, left, right, mutes. And then you have your effects if you needed. It's like
turn fat all the way up. Yeah, high pass filter for each speaker. You can set each speaker at a separate high pass filter or low pass filter.
Yeah, here's your sub, your rear, your center. If you wanted to grab CarPlay for your Apple folks, you can grab it right there and move it. Themes, if you want to change the theme, these are the defaults. So I'm on the second one. Settings. There's two ways to get the settings. So there's the setting apps, and then if you hold, then you have your wallpaper, your widgets, and your settings as well here. So this is the settings. If you want to connect to Wi-Fi or anything, connect it here. Here's some car settings. So if you wanted to change your LED, we're on rainbow. We'll just keep it rainbow. Steering wheel keys. We're not doing anything with my steering wheel. So Amplifier settings is the same thing you saw earlier. Navigation, which is the internal navigation on here. Most likely you'll just use Google Maps on Android Auto or Carplay instead. Yeah, so here's extra settings. So if you wanted reverse volume, so basically when you're reversing, you turn your audio off. If you want it, the default's off, I'm just gonna leave it off because it's, I don't know, safety. And then if you like the rear view ruler, which is the red, yellow, green, you can have it. Default's 1. I don't like it personally, I'm gonna remove it. And then if you want your battery voltage on the top right, you can do it. So I'm gonna turn it on off real quick, it shows up. And if I go to the home screen, we're at 11.8 volts.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, most likely you'll probably have to set your date and time, so you're gonna go all the way down to system and go to date and time here. We can leave the date automatic because most likely it's right. I turned off automatic time zone, set mine to ours is Central Daylight Time, CDT, and then on the bottom is your 24-hour time if you want, if you like 24-hour format. Put the car in reverse real quick.
So there's your reverse camera, especially the one that was in here. I feel like it's like whiter too.
Yeah,
you can see pretty good. So, and then this also has some settings in it too. If you wanna, this is more for the ruler. If you like to keep it on, you can adjust, you know, where it is and how you set it depending on how yours looks.
Hello, hello. I'm on the 4Runner.
Hello, testing. How do I sound?
You sound really good. Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound good too. That's just that internal mic too, so.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd install the external one, but you could probably find a spot for it if you really wanted to.
Good. I'll grab the camera at the spot.
So this is me talking. He's standing outside in the rain. Look at him. It's raining over there. Fortunately, he has the greatest profile picture for me ever known to mankind. But happy 4th of July.
I forgot it was that. All right, yeah, it sounds good. I don't think it sounds bad. And is the air on right now?
It's on the 2.
Turn it up, like put it at max.
That's max.
And talk.
Check 1, check 2, check. Testing for intelligibility, testing for clarity. Check 1, check 2.
It's not that bad. I heard it when you first turned it on, but it really wasn't that bad. So that's what it'll end up looking like when you're all said and done. Those are all the features you can get. And then obviously Eonon has a couple other accessories that you can check out on their website. They make phone chargers and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Please subscribe for the love of God. Thank you for watching. Peace. Oh, hell no. That's not going in the video. One? Yeah. There you go. There it is. You can be a man like this. Thanks for watching. Lifted 4Runner. Bye.
Make money, take money, earn, crack money, drug money, bail money. Heard they got life for me, how they got life for me when they took that from me. Since I had my nose, yeah.